Welcome to Complete Leisure. My name is Steve. We're out on a job site here in County Kildare, and I just want to run through with you some very basics in water care. A lot of people who buy a hot tub off us initially don't really know what to do with the water just to make sure that it stays in top condition, and this is just a very simple guide. I'll go through some of the chemicals that we use and some of the products that we recommend as well. The first thing that you're going to need is some test strips. The test strips do exactly that. They're little strips that you dip into the water and they'll tell you what your chlorine and your pH levels are. Your chlorine and your pH levels are the two things that you really want to keep an eye on. The chlorine is your sanitizer, it makes sure that the water is safe to get into, and the pH is, generally speaking, a comfort thing to make sure that the water is comfortable. So the first thing you're going to do is test for your chlorine. Your chlorine level should be somewhere between 3 to 5 parts per million, and very handily it's actually just between 3 and 5 on the test strips themselves. When you dip the dipstick into the water and you find out what the chlorine level is, if the chlorine level is around about right, your hot tub's always going to use a small amount of chlorine, so it's a good idea to have one chlorine tablet slowly dissolving in the tub the whole time, giving you a small amount of chlorine. So once a week you'll use between 1 and 2 tablets. If you need to get a quick boost of chlorine, then you can use chlorine granules, and chlorine granules can be poured straight into the hot tub. Remember always that the tablets don't go straight into the hot tub because they can damage the acrylic shell because they'll take some time to dissolve. So generally speaking, where you have your filter housing, you'll have some sort of a grill or a gauze, and the tablet sits on top of that. And as the water gets drawn over that gauze into the filtration system, it'll slowly dissolve the chlorine at the same time. Chlorine is available, as I say, in granules, in smaller containers, and in tablets in 1 kg, 2.5 kg containers, and of course available from our website, completeleisure.ie. The other thing that you're testing is the pH of the water. So you want your pH to be between 7 and 7.4, and we've 2 products to fix that if you find that it's a little bit off, and they're very simply called pH plus, pH minus. So if you need to raise it, bit of pH plus, need to lower it, bit of pH minus. They are your very basic chemicals, and they're enough to keep the water clean and comfortable. Any of the other chemicals that we sell are, generally speaking, additional cleaners and for specific purposes. There's one in particular. If, like on this site, the house uses well water, there can be an awful lot of minerals in well water, and quite often as soon as you put chlorine into well water you can get discoloration, so the water can actually go a real brown or a greeny colour, which isn't very attractive. And we have this product here called Metal Clear. It's available on our website, or you can phone us for it as well, and a small amount of Metal Clear will actually prevent that from happening. So that's your very basics of water care, but there are 2 products that I want to show you, ones that we really recommend. But the first thing that we really recommend is O-Care, and O-Care is basically fully natural, and what it does is it reduces the requirement for chlorine in the water. So if you want really crystal clear water that is nice and blue and shimmers, then O-Care is going to help you achieve it. It's very easy to dose. You have 2 liquid bottles. One's called part 1, one's called part 2, and depending on the size of your hot tub, you're going to put a small amount of this in once a week, and it's as simple as that.